So what's the most common neo-soul chord progression? I'm going to show you what I think is the most common neo-soul chord progression, but please let me know in the comments what you think is the most common neo-soul chord progression. So I think that by far the most common neo-soul chord progression uses a major 7 chord, then goes down to a dominant 7 chord altered, so sharp 5 for instance, and then minor 7 chord, okay? And what I was playing in the intro was based on these 3 chords: C major 7, B7, sharp 5, and E minor 7, okay? This is in the key of E minor. If you guys are familiar with the chord numbers, that's the flat 6 major 7, the 7 dominant of the key, and the 1 minor, obviously in the key of E minor. A very important thing when you play neo-soul guitar is the use of the melodies in between chords. So that's why I was playing a couple of, melodies. One was a pickup melody before the first chord. So I was doing this kind of thing with 3 notes, really, G, A, B, like that, on the B string before hitting the C major 7. And then at the end of each of these 3 chords, I was doing this thing. This thing is playing a few notes of the E minor pentatonic scale, these 2, using also the blue note as a passing tone, okay? So as a slide, up and down, so back and forth, like that, ending on the minor 3rd of the key, okay? So, same on the B, and then E minor. But another thing that really happens very often in neo-soul guitar is the use of diminished 7th chords. Now the diminished 7th chords, I talked about them in other videos, are chords that you can move by 3 semitones, by 3 frets, and you are still playing the same chord. They are called symmetrical chords. So if I play a G sharp diminished 7th here on fret 6, and then I move it to B diminished 7th on fret 9, I'm actually playing the same chord, okay? I'm just moving it as an inversion of itself, okay? Now if we look at them, especially if we look at this second one, so the B diminished 7th chord, what you could see is that this is nothing but the upper part of a G7 flat 9 chord. In fact, if I play this, and then there is a G on the bass here, or wherever you like it, played by the bass maybe, you will actually hear, a G7 flat 9. Okay, so when this happens, you are creating a 5-1. That 5-1 is basically doing 5 here and 1 to the C major 7. So we are going back to the C major 7. This practice in music is quite common, and it's the use of the secondary dominants. So this chord here is the secondary dominant of the flat 6, okay? But the way we use it is without the roots. So just doing this and actually starting 3 frets back for what we just explained, so doing, okay, so that's the main pattern that I was playing. I think in the intro I was playing this a couple of times. So pickup melody, first chord, melody, second chord, melody, third chord, 1 minor, melody, and then the 2 diminished 7 chords to go back to C major 7 and start again. You can play it as many times as you like it, and then to go out and basically get back to the E minor 7 in a different way, creating more tension and resolution, I played another very common movement in neo-soul guitar, which is this. Same 2 chords at the beginning, then E minor 7, chromatically down to D minor 7, so E minor 7, E flat minor 7, D minor 7. That's always the same position, just moving it chromatically down. Then another dominant 7 chord, sharp 5. This is a G7, sharp 5, which then resolves on C major. So again, we are going back to the first chord, just a different way of playing it. The flat 6 major 7, that's a C major 9, while the first chord was a C major 7. That's basically the same, just with the 9th, which then chromatically goes down again to B7, like the one that we were playing here, but this time that's a B7 flat 9, okay, which is a perfect chord, the tension, the 5, to then resolve on the final E minor, the 1 of the key, and it's gonna be this voicing here, which uses the 11th, and it has in the voicing something really cool, like a spread voicing. Okay, So let's repeat again the whole thing. Melody first. So for all of the chords I was playing a 4-string arpeggio, so that means that you hear 4 single notes. Okay, this applies to the chromatisms as well, and this 2-5 to go to C major 7, but when I reach this C major 9 I also pluck 3 strings like the D, G and B, then I go to the B 7 flat 9, 4 single notes, I let them ring a little bit longer, and then my E minor 9, 11. Okay, so when I do this again, I slow down and I play all single notes. A full tab and music notation of this example is available on my Patreon page. You'll find a note-by-note transcription. If you guys enjoyed this lesson, don't forget to hit the like button, and if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. If you ring the bell, you get a notification when a new lesson like this one is up. Thanks for watching this video, guys. This was the Bearded Guitarist. Have a great day.